So let me tell you a little bit about New Mexico. This is the second time I've been invited to be a keynote speaker. I'll just tell you that the first time I went, we really didn't know much about New Mexico. And I walked out on stage, I thought there'd be a couple hundred people sitting out there, and there were like thousands of people, and they were also streaming it. So I was incredibly impressed with the general venue and the quality of the people there, which is one of the reasons that I was honored to accept their invitation again. My topic this year will be on disruption. And the question that I will pose is, who are really the disruptors? What is actually being disrupted? And how important is disruption? You can't go into a meeting with a company, with a client, with anybody without somebody saying, oh, we've got to disrupt the market. We're being disrupted. Disruptors. So the question is, what's actually being disrupted? And so I take a very long-term view of the forces at work here in the market and try to really understand where is the disruption. So most people would tell you that Amazon is a disruption. But I have to tell you, if you read the Sears and Roebuck, which was a big catalog company here in the United States and started in the 1800s, if you read their manifesto from the 1800s, and if you read the Amazon manifesto, it's exactly word for word, it's the same manifesto. Like literally word for word. We're going to provide the best goods from around the world at the cheapest price and bring it to the client. It's unbelievable. It is crazy. So I'd argue strongly that Sears was actually the first disruptor, because they understood that you could aggregate goods in a different way than going to a little store and then send it directly to a consumer. Everything else since then has been actually evolution, not necessarily disruption. And so if you understand that, I think it gets you to a better place in understanding how to fit in, how to work, what it is you need to do. And I think that maybe the most important thing is that if you think about people first and not disruption first, you get to a much more powerful place. Whenever I speak, the best that I always hope for is for people to take home things to think about. I don't believe I have the right answers or the only answers. I never do. So I try to structure the things that I say as provocative thought points structured around a topic so that the discussion can continue. What do brand marketers want to learn at New Mexico? I think the things that they want to learn at any ad tech / technical / internet / digital / whatever kind of conference, everybody's looking for that edge. Everybody's looking for a little bit of magic that's going to help their business. And so I think that people will be looking to see what other people are doing. I think they'll be looking to see what kind of advances there might be, what kind of interesting things they should be thinking about, what can they take from there and apply to their own businesses. To us, creativity is the story. That piece will never change. There'll always be a story. There'll be a particular time in life when the channel of communication will be telepathy. And somebody's still going to have to create a story to share. So it's a story that's important. And what's interesting about this story is that stories go back. There's stories that we're telling for thousands of years. Look at the Bible or the Quran. Look at the Iliad and the Odyssey. Look at Shakespeare, Harry Potter. Like, think about all the books that get written in a year that everybody writes about and talks about, and then 6 months later, you can't even find them because nobody's interested in them, and they sell on Amazon used for 10 cents. But then think about Shakespeare and Potter and all these other things. These are important, and you have to ask yourself why, because they're great stories. So the story is the first layer. Then comes innovation. To us, innovation is distribution of the story. So radio was once a big innovation. Cinema was once a big innovation. Television was once a big innovation, and now digital channels are big innovations. And Facebooks are innovations within those innovations. So to us, innovation is how you distribute the story. So you create the story, right? And then innovation helps you drive the story out and connect better. Technology, though, is a new wrinkle to the game that's working in a different way. So there was a time that technology was strictly inside the innovation. So television was a technology, it was innovation, but that was it. You saw it. Today, there's a level of technology that allows you to target better, that allows you to interact within that innovative channel in a different way, that allows you to actually buy, maybe, to share in different ways. So when you put the three together, the story, innovation, the way you distribute it, and technology, the way you interact with it, it's a very powerful combination. And I think those are the kinds of things that people are looking to learn more about. What are the most exciting developments that I see in our market? I think just the fact that people have gone back to telling great stories. I think it was a period of time in our industry where somehow we lost the plot. We forgot it's about the stories. And people thought that digital technology meant that you did poor production. There was no reason to do good production, and you kind of did goofy stuff, and that was enough, and people would share, and it would go viral, and it would be fabulous. And I think very quickly they learned that it just doesn't mean anything. People still want great stories, and they want them well produced. And I think that we're living in a golden age right now. The quality of story production, whether it's on, and again, the screens are irrelevant to me. Screens are as you need them or as you use them as you want. So to me, television is everything. I don't take a narrow view of TV. To me, television is anything I watch. So whether it's Netflix or Amazon or Hulu or you name it, or YouTube, something that the quality of production is unbelievable. When you watch Game of Thrones, it's amazing. And what's really interesting is if you go back about 10 years or so, and just look at the difference. So back then, everybody was like hot on CGI, and you looked at everything was kind of blue screen, and you kind of knew it. And so the productions were done in a way that sort of, because they thought it was cool, where you kind of knew it was blue screen, but you didn't. And so it was kind of, and it's like crap. Nobody wants stuff like that. People, we're back on location. Like, look at this stuff that's done on location. Game of Thrones, the Vikings. I mean, there's so many amazing things that are getting done. So I think we're in a golden age, and I think that, to me, that's the most exciting thing.